Hey, what's up everybody? As per requested, I have been asked if I would do a cooking video. So I'm going to do one on my beef dip sandwiches. I apologize, I'm using my cell phone to record this. It's easier than carrying my other thing around. First I'll go over some of the ingredients you need to make the beef dip, and then I'll get on with the cooking. So here it goes. Now, I'm going the easy route, and I'm using the Maple Leaf Deli Express, the cooked seasoned carved roast beef, and I got the double pack, because if there is leftovers I will freeze it, and I got this double pack for $5, which has a pretty good amount in it, and not a lot of fat on them, just there's a lot of protein in them. There's 8 grams of protein per serving. Normally you would eat these on hoagie rolls, but this is all I could get at the time. So I got some white Kaiser rolls. You're also going to need a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of onion powder, and your go-to for the dip is the, I'm using Knorr's recipe French onion dip soup mix. Probably not the best for you, but it works really well for French onion soup. And for the beef dip, of course. And I'm going to serve it with double Dutch Ridgies smoked meat and mustard hoagie sandwich chips. So what I'm going to do is I got a pot, and it normally calls for about 4 cups of water per packet, but I am going to use 3 cups of water for one, because I like it a little bit stronger than that. I'm going to turn on the stove to about medium high and let this start getting hot. And in the meantime, I'm going to open the French onion soup. And I'm just going to use just the one package for my husband and I. It just makes it easier just to do it that way. Just 1 minute while I open it. Oh, sorry about that. I'm just going to dump it in and give it a quick whisk. It is easier to have a whisk and a measuring spoon, and of course to open the meat I'm just going to use one of my butcher scissors. Just going to mix this around, make sure all the big chunks are dissolved, except for the flakes of onion, which is fine. Now, I'm just going to set you down for a second here while I open the garlic. And I'm going to add just a little bit less than a half a teaspoon, more like a quarter of a teaspoon of onion powder. And I'm going to do the same with garlic. And I'm going to do the same thing with the onion powder as well. Because it already has onion flavor, I'm just going to add a little bit of onion to it. And I'm not adding any salt to this. It's pretty salty as it is with the onion soup mix. So I'm just going to add that. Now, to get this started, I am going to add the roast beef right to the liquid. Just like that. Just the roast beef, big pieces of roast beef, right to the liquid itself. Now there's one side. As I'm doing this one-handed. And here's the other one. There we go. So now that that is in, what I'm going to do is now I'm going to switch over and use a fork. It doesn't need to be whisked anymore, but the beef needs to simmer in that liquid until the onions get soft. So So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it up a little bit and just wait for this to simmer. Now, in the meantime, I am going to grab a couple plates and prepare the buns for the beef dip. So I'll grab plates. And I'm going to walk over and grab the buns. These are pretty big buns. And they smell amazing. Like if you ever get fresh buns from the bakery, they are so good. So grab one for me and one for my husband. My husband can always come back for another one if he needs to. I'm pretty good with one. And my trusty bread knife. And I'm just going to set you down for a quick second while I cut these, and I'll be right back. So I got them cut, and the beef dip is going. For some reason my phone is throwing off like this purple hue on the stove, but it is red. But it looks awesome. It's like soaking up all the liquid into the beef. It's going very, very well. So what I'm going to do is once they're done, I'm going to put a little bit of margarine on the buns. I am going to put the meat on the buns, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small bowl and I'm going to put a little bit of the French onion soup on the side to dip the beef dips in. And then I'm just going to put the chips on the side, and there's dinner. You know, it's one of the easiest recipes I know to make. Like I said, for those who follow me on social media, I'm not quite comfortable doing a big meal on social or on YouTube quite yet, but this is one of the ones that I will do because, like I said, it's one of the simplest meals you can ever make. It's amazing. Like, it tastes so good. I've done it a couple times before, and as you notice, when the beef does cook down, it does shrivel up a little bit because it goes from cold to hot, and then it gets into like a really, really like amazing smell. It's so good. And then the beef, of course, infuses into the soup mix, so it gives it that beef soup mix flavor. But I'm going to end this video, and I'm going to build these sandwiches, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. If you like this video, if you have any comments on what I could do better for next video, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Bye for now.